Look in the mirror, I see a pathetic fat slob.
More than 3 million British kids are obese or overweight.
I feel like I always need to eat.
Cheese, I could eat it all day, every day.
And their waistlines are getting bigger and bigger by the day.
We've come to the end of the tip.
I feel like one of my thighs is bigger than the other one.
But these 12 kids don't think they're to blame for their size.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Garlic bread, stuffed crust.
We've got sausage and chips.
Lotus biscuit sundae.
They're confronting their parents with some home truths.
I think it's your fault I'm fat.
Hang on a minute, you're the one that says, oh, let's go and get... Can we not have a curry tonight?
How could you let me get to as big as I am?
With their families at breaking point,
I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart.
something's got to give.
Looks like something a pregnant woman would be proud of.
Our supersized kids go on an intensive diet and exercise regime. But they're not going it alone, with their parents getting in on the action.
Come on, come on, come on.
Go, 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 go.
We need to get you on the floor.
Can they pull together as a family and give up the burgers
I want something meaty.
Literally just put on all the calories that we lost.
That's disgusting.
and the blame?
I love food.
It's your fault you're fat.
There's a Twix wrapper here.
For a brighter future.
Today, you are...
In the northwest of England, in the city of Carlisle in Cumbria, 16-year-old Cleo lives with her mum, 46-year-old Kerry, older brother Ronan, and also at home is her dad and Buddy the dog.
I think my life would be different if I wasn't the size I am. Fed up really of being like the same old person.
Cleo's stuck in a rut, as her family routine revolves entirely around unhealthy convenience meals.
As long as I can remember, it's always been freezer food. We don't have anything else, it's just freezer food.
16, 18, 20.
Dinner time for us is always when my soaps are on, so I want to sit down and watch them rather than be in the kitchen cooking. It's anything that can be just shoved on a baking sheet and put in the oven. Frozen pizzas, garlic bread, chips, chicken nuggets.
Growing up on freezer food and fizzy drinks has led to the pounds piling on.
I think I can remember always being this big. I haven't really changed. I am definitely fed up with the way I look and the way I am. I just dislike my tummy, really. That's probably where most of the fat is. I know what it looks like, I just don't want to look at it. When I was around 13, all my friends were going out and meeting friends and that, and I was just like, actually, they don't want me to go because of my size.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And Cleo's size has also prevented her from doing the one thing she loved.
I don't play football now due to my ankles because they're too weak. When I used to wake up on a frosty Saturday morning and have my football boots on, that sort of thing, and go out to a freezing cold pitch, I think that was probably the last time I was actually enjoying doing something.
Cleo's weight is starting to take its toll on her body, and she's aware of the other dangers, as her mum has suffered with type 2 diabetes for over 10 years.
I am concerned about my health at 16 because I don't want to end up with diabetes and be like my mum, on medication for the rest of my life.
Despite living with this worry day in, day out, it was a once-in-a-lifetime event which forced Cleo to confront her size.
I wanted to look nice and I wanted to be in the dress like the rest of the girls for prom. But when it came to finding the dress, it wasn't easy. Most of my mates are very slim. Most of them fit into like size 8 and 10, and I'm just here just like, all right. If I didn't do anything about my weight now, I feel like I would keep getting bigger because obviously it's not just going to change overnight.
Cleo believes that her mum has a lot to answer for.
She's the one that buys all the food. She is responsible for what she feeds me and what she doesn't. We're like the best of friends. We speak about almost anything. We even tell each other when we go to the toilet. But the one thing we don't speak about is weight. Me and my mum are both big, so I feel like if we'd spoken about our weight in the past, we wouldn't have got to where we are now.
So after 16 years on a frozen fast food diet, Cleo's decided that she's had enough. And today, she's plucking up the courage to tell her mum she wants her life to change.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that actually I'm not really happy like the way I am. You know, I don't really like the way I look, so going into that prom dress shop and they didn't really have any, it just made me lose a bit more confidence, if that makes sense. How could you let me get to as big as I am?
I just didn't notice how out of control it had become.
The things we eat at the moment is literally just rubbish, like that is what it is. I want to eat nice, fresh food that's like homemade, that doesn't taste of like processed rubbish from the freezer.
It's down to money a lot of the time because it's cheap and easy. Some of it's laziness. I come in from work and I don't really want to cook. I just want to put something in the oven, sit down, watch telly.
I agree quite a lot that you're quite lazy.
Cleo wants to get some energy back into their lives.
I want to feel better about myself, so I want to like go to the gym. I want to be able to be more active. I want to get back to playing football.
She wants her mum to join her on a diet and exercise plan for 6 weeks.
I just wanted to know, will you like help me and support me?
I'll do all I can to help you, but you also have to help by helping cook.
I hope I haven't upset you too much, but you needed to know, so.
For her to bring it up, I think it was a brave thing to do. I feel like I've let her down a bit, really. I'm prepared to give her all the support I can to make both of us healthier and give us a better life.
I know that I don't like the way I am, and I also know that Mum's going to benefit from it. So I feel like instead of me just doing it all by myself, I'm going to have Mum with me as well.
So tomorrow, both mother and daughter will kickstart their 6-week weight loss and exercise plan together.
I feel quite excited starting it. It will be something different than rather just the freezer food that we normally have.
Tonight, though, Kerry's taken Cleo's words to heart. There'll be no chicken nuggets in front of the TV.
I've cooked from scratch this evening, however, it's so not usual.
Mum's going all out, making a cottage pie, but she's not scrimping on the portions.
Fills a plate pretty much. I can remember as a child having really small dinners and waking up and thinking, oh, I'm starving. So actually, when I feed the kids, I don't want them to go to bed hungry.
A home-cooked meal may be a special event in Cleo's household, but it's still dinner on laps as usual.
When I get off of this food, it will be for the best.
I feel stuffed.
Coming up, the family confront the figures
Cleo, we've come to the end of the tape.
and the facts.
What I don't want is for her to have to feel, in 20 years from now, how I did with my mum.
In Carlisle,
Ronan!
it's a new dawn for 16-year-old Cleo and her family.
Breakfast!
Today, both Cleo and Mum Kerry are off to their first gym session, where they'll face the scales.
I'm quite nervous about the weigh-in because I haven't really been, you know, weighing myself.
They'll be weighed and measured by a personal trainer before embarking on a new healthy eating and exercise regime.
It's a life-changing process. It's nerve-wracking.
Older brother Ronan is coming with them for moral support.
So are you looking forward to it, Ronan?
No, not really.
Why?
Because I had to get out of bed.
Yeah, but to make this work, we've all got to support each other. All of a sudden, I'm worried.
Although the family have butterflies, this is the kickstart Cleo's been wanting.
I feel like this is the time for a change now, so I'm quite excited.
Helping Cleo over the next 6 weeks will be personal trainer Tasha.
First things first, if you follow me, I'm going to take you over. We'll look at doing your stats, your body fat and your weight. Yeah?
Cleo knows her overeating has piled on the pounds. The question is, how many?
Right, Cleo, just step on for me. We'll see where you're at in terms of the weight. So, your starting weight is just over 23 stone.
It made me feel quite sad, actually, because I don't want to be the weight I am.
In terms of your age, Cleo, your weight is double where you should be, if not a little bit more for a 16-year-old.
I wouldn't like to say that I'd be that heavy, but I am, so I just have to get on with it.
When Cleo stepped on the scales, I found out her starting weight. I've always had a weight problem. I grew up with a weight problem, so for me, it's been quite tough watching Cleo put weight on.
Tasha's scales also read Cleo's body fat percentage.
So your body fat today, Cleo, reads at just over 45%. Cleo is at risk of high blood pressure, strokes, heart disease. If things don't change and we don't get that weight down, she can be heading for serious dangers as she gets older.
And finally, Tash takes Cleo's measurements using a 5-foot tape.
Cleo, we've come to the end of the tape. This is where we need to be, getting that in there, meeting, yeah?
Yeah.
Start today. It's not where we're going to be at in 6 weeks.
No.
Yeah? So I'm going to put 62 down on the chest.
I didn't realise how big she was, and that sounds really stupid because I see it all day, every day. I didn't realise how big a problem it had become.
Determined to help Cleo from now on, 5'5" Kerry is facing her own size head on.
Kerry, can you just step on there for me and see what you're weighing in at today? 15 stone 5 pounds. Your body fat is reading today at 39.9%. We're adding years onto yourself in terms of fitness.
Kerry's late mum, Cleo's grandmother, was also type 2 diabetic and overweight.
My mum had a massive stroke. Mum was left in a wheelchair. We still had her, we were lucky, but she was never the same person. When she died 2 years ago, it was just, my world had been ripped apart. I was definitely preoccupied because I wanted to be with Mum. See, look, silly, isn't it? I think it taught me that actually a mum and daughter's bond is so strong. And Cleo and I have got that. What I don't want is for her to have to feel in 20 years from now how I did with my mum. So obviously this whole process, it's about me as well as Cleo, about me getting stronger and fitter and healthier so that she doesn't have to go through what we did.
If Kerry does keep to the plan, if she can change the diabetes too, definitely reduce the medication. It's up to her how much effort she wants to put in.
Resolved to change their lives from today, the family aren't wasting a moment. They have just 6 weeks with Tasha, so want to make the most of it.
So we're going to start today's session. Use the wall as a support.
But as they haven't exercised for several years, they need to start slowly.
Just want to get them nice and free. This is going to be a massive challenge for me, like big time. So just nice swing over there and back. We're going to have to go back to basics. Get them shoulders relaxed. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Take a little breather. Sit, good, well done. You can have a little rest, I think.
I was knackered.
Mum probably would struggle, but together we're a team, so we can just help each other and motivate each other.
As well as overseeing their exercise, Tasha will supervise the family's new healthy eating plan, put together by a registered dietitian.
It's going to be packed with fruit and veg. We've got lean meats in there, no processed food.
Woohoo!
Cleo's convenience food diet clocks up 4,500 calories a day. almost double what a 16-year-old girl needs.
So what typically would you guys eat?
Just junk.
Just junk food.
From now on, it's 3 healthy meals and 3 nutritious snacks a day, which will total 1,500 calories each, a dietary revolution for the family.
With changing what you eat, you'll probably be different people by the time I see you again.
I hope I can stick at it. I can't say, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, because that's not life. But I'm going to give it my best for Cleo.
I feel quite motivated, yeah. I'm ready for this change and I'm going to do it.
Any rubbishy food is going in the bag.
I love the bag.
OK?
Back at the house, armed with their new healthy eating plan and recipes for the next 6 weeks, it's time to empty the freezer of all the fast food Cleo's grown up on and donate the lot to neighbours.
I will be glad to see it go because I am looking forward to all the new fresh food and that.
Potato, crunchy cheese and bacon bites.
They were disgusting.
Unbaked cookie dough. Half a bag of wedges. Some chicken dippers. Frozen mashed potato, your favourite not. Some more wedges. Some more mashed potato. Oh dear. Nearly a whole tub of ice cream.
I'm gonna cry.
And that is it all gone. Empty. No more frozen rubbish.
Cleo's brave ditching the ice cream, and now Mum has to get rid of her favourites.
I love bread and jam. If I come in from work and I want a quick snack, bread and jam is the way to go.
Say goodbye, Mum.
Jam, man. How can I have bread and jam now?
But it's not over yet.
What is that?
Powdered milk. Ketchup. Oh dear. Your lunch. Chicken paste.
That's disgusting.
I was surprised how much that there was in the cupboards, actually. I have no idea what that is. I think it's probably instant mashed potatoes.
Just chuck it.
I think we'll just abandon that. At some point, we bought more bad food and topped it up. Irish stew. All the bad food's gone. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, what have I signed up for?
Well, it's time for Kerry to find out, because the healthy food shop has just been delivered.
Right then. Carrots. Potatoes. Wholemeal bread.
Finally, look, it's brown, look. Tomatoes.
Oh, you see, I like them.
Cucumber. I like that. Does that go in the fridge?
Apparently so.
The rabbit, don't know. Fine beans. And some more cucumber.
Fab.
And that is it.
So, if you don't eat anything else, you can eat cucumber in brown bread.
So it's out with the frozen mash, chicken nuggets and pizzas for dinner. And gone is the white bread and jam. From now on, it's healthy snacks, wholemeal bread, and dinners using only fresh ingredients. And this enormous lifestyle change will reduce their calorie intake from 4,500 a day to just 1,500 each.
Mum, what are you having in your omelette?
I might just have a plain one and have it with some salad.
Yeah, me too.
I think. Just because I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I'd want to go and get a takeaway now because I'm absolutely shattered after a session in the gym. However, wouldn't be a good advert my first day. We'd just go get takeaway.
It looks good on a plate, doesn't it? It's a bit more colourful.
Certainly colourful. Not bad at all.
Buddy don't look impressed. I think for the first meal, I think it is a success, you know. It's not something we usually eat, is it? And we don't have like half a plate of rabbit food either, do we? But guess what? What? We are.
Well done. Take good.
Coming up, Cleo's battling the pounds.
3, last 2. You've got it. Well done, Cleo. That's it.
But Kerry's having her own struggle.
I've committed a bit of a sin.
Well done. Excellent. Okay, elbows a little bit soft, that's it, curl the arms in.
In Carlisle, 16-year-old Cleo's health kick is well underway.
I actually am really enjoying the gym. It just makes me like forget about anything else really.
Good job, Cleo, well done, take it right down.
And Mum Kerry has noticed a change in her daughter.
It is giving her back some of her confidence. It's just something I haven't seen in her in such a long time.
Nice one, Cleo, well done. That's it. Oh, not on the head.
I'm feeling better than I was before. My skin's getting better and I'm just feeling happier in general.
And Cleo's been surprised too by her mum's hard work.
She can be quite motivated to doing things for me, I suppose. And yeah, she's with me every step of the way.
I'm quite surprised myself last week. I'd done 5 miles on a bicycle. I was like, whoa!
The mother and daughter duo are facing everything together, including battling temptation.
Oh look, my Vitty's biscuit shop. Should we go in there? She's been going on about it all morning.
Mentally, you have to remain quite strong because it is difficult to watch people eat cake and crisps and that sort of thing because obviously that's the stuff that I was used to, but I just say to myself that I'm the one getting something out of it, so there's no point just giving up sort of thing.
So today, I'm on my way to see Kerry and Cleo at the house.
It's almost the halfway point, and Tasha is making a home visit to check the family are still on track.
They are turning up at the gym, but it's all about really what you're eating.
I'm going to do roast vegetables. I've never tried it before, so I don't know what it's going to taste like. It might be really horrible, but we're going to give it a go. So
Mate, I'm not eating that.
Well, if you don't like them when they're done, that's fine, but you've got to try them. Cut the ends off.
What, the courgette?
Yeah.
What's the ends? Like here?
Like,
here?
Yeah, not my finger.
Looks like
and then the same the other
cucumber.
end. Yeah, well, it is similar. I'm assuming it's the same sort of thing.
Smell? Doesn't even smell of anything.
I've no idea what it's going to taste like, but...
Over the past 3 weeks, the family have been trying out a variety of healthy recipes detailed on their weight loss plan.
I quite like the cottage pie recipe, and I quite like the turkey stir fry one. And the things I dislike is probably that bean bourguignon thing. Now we've got a variety of things to eat, and it definitely feels better to have something different for tea every night.
I think it's very important that what they might think is healthy to them isn't actually. Cleo now is at high risk of cardiac problems, heart disease, and you know, if we don't do something about it now, you know, she's 16-year-old. It's, you know, you've really got to start thinking about now where you're going to be in the next 4 to 5 years.
Peel them and them. Can you be trusted without cutting your finger?
Probably not. Where's that peeler Ronan was using yesterday? Everyone cooking in the house is better for us as a family because we're working together. It feels a lot better to help out and not be told to get out the way.
For me, freezing mashed potato out of a bag is no work at all, whereas a fresh potato obviously needs peeling and cooking. But I have to say, it tastes so much better.
Hi, Kerry. Hi, Cleo. You okay?
By watching their meal prep, Tasha hopes to prevent Kerry and Cleo from unknowingly veering off their weight loss course.
Right, so we're looking at the chicken. How have you prepared that?
I've just sprayed it with some fry light.
Right, okie dokie.
And I'm just going to put it in the oven as is and cook it.
Get the roast chicken on, fantastic.
Yeah.
So all this looks pretty healthy, Cleo. This has definitely got to make you start feeling lots more energy.
Yeah, I think it does. Like the other day, my friend asked if I wanted to go out to the shop, and it's probably like a 20-minute walk. But well, why not? Let's just go.
Fantastic.
So Tasha's happy with what they're eating. Now she's keen to find out how much they're eating.
We did get these plates.
Yeah.
And on the whole, we've tried to stick to
Yeah, so the half veg, excellent, yeah?
To help limit her large portion sizes, Kerry's using portion control plates with separate sections for veg, carbs and protein.
I wouldn't have realised the amount of veg we were supposed to be having if I hadn't have had the assistance from the plates, but to me it would be half a plate of carbohydrates and then the rest of it in smaller portions.
What about gravy? Are we allowed that?
There's a lot of fats and things hidden in food, so typically when you look at this, just a little bit of gravy can be calorific. This is all new to Kerry. Added extras make a difference. It's a difference whether you're going to lose weight or not.
Right, can you hurry up? I'm starving.
See, again, now I do have more than that usually, but now, after that, I'm thinking I'm not going mad and having that.
Tasha's visit has been an eye-opener for Kerry.
The plate now, I'd be thinking, where's the rest of my dinner?
And a worthwhile trip all round.
If you're going to the gym and you're not eating the right food, you definitely can't out-train a bad diet. So today is definitely going to give me confidence going forward that we're going to start seeing the results come in.
Them courgette things are actually quite nice, you know.
Could have been worse.
I'm really proud of my mum because the first week I thought she ain't going to stick with this, but now we're 3 weeks in, she definitely is sticking with it, and I'm very proud of her.
But unbeknown to Cleo, whilst out at work as a driver, Kerry's struggling to stay on the wagon.
I find it really difficult to be out driving and not eating or drinking anything that I shouldn't be. I've committed a bit of a sin today and I've bought a bottle of pop.
I am missing my fizzy pop terribly. I've been drinking, I'd say about 2 litres a day, every day for I don't know how long. Part of that is my diabetes because we're always feeling thirsty all the time. That was my excuse to drink it, I think. So I did have a sin in the week, just one.
On a little power walk, getting out, getting the aerobic exercise.
But it's not long till Kerry's back on the straight and narrow.
So I want to get a little bit out of the comfort zone, get a little bit of pace on.
I think it's quite fun, really, because I never thought I'd hear myself say that, actually.
Feeling all right?
It's still early days, but Cleo slipped in a sneaky weigh-in.
In 3 weeks, I think I've lost about 6 pounds altogether.
Watch right down.
I'm feeling quite proud of myself.
It seems like she's well on the way to real change.
Just one step and then squat. One step. Tip. Good. Get right down, come on.
And others are beginning to notice.
I was in work last night and one of the girls said to me, "Oh, Cleo, you've lost some weight." And I was like, "Oh, really? Thanks." It makes me feel quite a bit better about myself knowing that people are realising that I'm losing some weight.
And now that Cleo's shed 6 pounds already, she's ready to take the next step.
So which one are you going to go for?
I think my favourite's probably the grey and black one.
With the support of best mate Katie, she's setting herself a target for the end of the 6 weeks.
I think I am on 3 or a 4XL. My end goal is to be able to fit into a nice designer tracksuit. To get to a 2XL would be great because that's as big as the designer tracksuits go. So if I can fit into one of them. Go for this one.
That one.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Pressure's on.
It is, isn't it?
You can do it.
I definitely think I've done the right thing by ordering it because it just puts a goal in the back of my head that I've got a tracksuit waiting.
I've noticed a change in Cleo already because she's just so much happier than she has been. Because when we go out, we always go to McDonald's. So I thought it'd be a big sacrifice for her, but I've always...
I usually get it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Cleo's off to college for the day. As it's Kerry's day off work, Tasha has invited her over for a proper catch-up.
Hi, Kerry, come in. Thank you. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
And a chance to find out how Kerry's really coping.
The last few weeks have been massive, massive changes. So I think being able to sort of have a chat with another grown-up that isn't Cleo, Cleo thinks she's grown up and she's not, I think is good.
So what age was Cleo when she started, that all the weight started coming on?
I think probably around 4-ish. 8-ish.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
a young age.
I think she's always been a bit porky and everyone's, that'll be all right, you know, she'll grow out of it, it's puppy fat. And she just never did.
She's in a dangerous position if things don't change.
I don't want her to have the stress and the ill health and all that goes with being in such a, you know, such a state.
Do you feel like you hold some responsibility in terms of Cleo's weight?
Yeah, definitely.
Tasha has a real concern, which she wants to share with Kerry.
I find that you are very close, you are like friends. It's quite easy just to allow Cleo to eat what she wants.
We are so close. Apart from the dog, I am her best friend.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's very rare I say no to her with anything.
So maybe you can grab that control back.
As a parent, you don't want to be the bad guy, if you like. You don't want to say, no, you're not having that. No, you can't have that. Maybe I've helped to make them the size they are, and that is not a nice thought, really.
But now's the chance for Kerry to make amends.
For you now, this is going to be the game changer for you. You're in it together.
This is the perfect opportunity to hold Cleo's hand through the whole process.
I think together we'll be fine. But I think on our own we'd struggle. So we need each other. When I spoke to Cleo and she said to me, you know, Mum, I feel you could have done more about my weight, I was a bit ashamed. Definitely think I should have done something sooner. And that spurs me on to want to help and support her now all I can. I haven't been the best mother to the children because I've allowed them to have these weight problems. I think the whole freezer processed food is gone, and that's to give my daughter and my son a better life.
Kerry feels massively guilty for what happened to Cleo, but I think now they're going to work together, and I think that they can do it together.
But just a few days later, despite the family's promises to work together, Kerry and Cleo find themselves 300 miles apart.
Okay, so we have just arrived at London Victoria. We left Carlisle at 12:10 midnight, and we've just got here now, so it's been a long old night.
Cleo's granddad is having an annual family get-together down south. Kerry has to work, but without her mum, Cleo's new routine is already going out the window.
I've only had a packet of crisps and some sausage rolls and a fruit shoe. What have you had, Roman?
A couple of bags of crisps and a couple of sausage rolls.
Back in Carlisle, Kerry's on her own.
We're out on the road again today. So I've got 2 wholemeal rolls with ham and tomato.
Without each other's support, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
I prefer to be buying a pie and a donut for lunch.
Will the family be able to get back on track? Still to come.
So it's Tuesday evening. I was expecting Cleo to come in tonight. Unfortunately, she hasn't turned up.
It's a crucial stage in 16-year-old Cleo's 6-week fight to get fit. But all PT Tasha can do is keep everything crossed.
Cleo is off to see her granddad down south. She can't go crazy because you literally just cannot afford a couple of days of eating crap. As soon as she's back, we just really need to step this up a gear.
In Cleo's absence, Mum Kerry is trying her best to stick to the plan.
So, I've been on my best behaviour once the kids have been away, living on Spanish omelettes, to be honest. I have found it really difficult, though, to stick to the plan, just being sort of at home alone, if you like. So I can't speak for Cleo, we'll have to wait and see.
If I find out that they haven't stuck to the plan, I'll be disappointed.
Tasha's on her way to the gym to meet her clients.
It's essential that you are following a plan, or we're not going to be getting anywhere. You know, you're going to still be where you are at the beginning.
But unbeknown to Tasha, Cleo's steering further off her weight loss course.
Having a good time at my granddad's, so I've decided to stay longer. It's been hard to stick to it while Mum's not around because obviously we were doing it together sort of thing.
And back in Carlisle, Kerry's routine has also gone to pot.
Absolutely knackered. I need to eat something quickly. I'm a bit overwhelmed by it all.
Tasha's arrived for the arranged gym session, but her clients have gone AWOL.
I was expecting Cleo to come in tonight. Unfortunately, she hasn't turned up. I'm just really disappointed.
Cleo's back and reunited with her mum. Cleo's flying visit to her granddad's turned into a 2-week holiday, meaning no gym sessions with Tasha and none of Mum's fresh meals from the weight loss plan.
Are you excited? Are you nervous? What?
Well, I mean, I don't really know. I've been away for 2 weeks, so I'm not going to have lost any, am I?
Today it's the final weigh-in for Cleo and Mum Kerry.
I hope she's not going to be too disappointed that she hasn't seen us for 2 weeks. I kind of feel like we've let her down a bit.
Yeah, me too.
If you've committed to a 6 weeks plan, then you've got to keep the consistency. It's so important. It's only been 4 weeks, and the other 2 she's been away.
I'm just going to be honest with Tash, right, and just tell her that I had some pizza and some party food and a couple of drinks because I'm not going to lie to her.
No, and I think lying to her would just be a real kick in the teeth for her. She'll know.
Yeah, of course she will.
Obviously, she won't know what you've had, but she'll know that you haven't stuck 100%
She's not
to the
stupid,
plan.
is she?
No, she's not.
After 2 weeks away from the gym, it's time to face the music.
Hello, stranger.
Hiya.
How are you feeling? If I'll be totally honest, I'm a little bit disappointed.
I need to tell you something because you've been honest with me, so I need to be honest with you. So when I was away with my granddad, I did have a lapse or two. I had a pizza, well, not a full one, but some pizza, and obviously some party foods. I mean, I do feel quite bad for going away, but I only see him once a year, so,
yeah.
You know.
We weren't expecting you to be gone quite so long, were we? You know, it was only initially going to be a few days, but things sort of all went a bit crazy and it ended up turning into a fortnight.
We were really conscious about the day-to-day eating when you were down there.
Well, as much as I could, because obviously I didn't tell my granddad at the time, so I just, you know, tried to be me sort of thing.
Yeah.
By eating the things that he'd expect me to eat. Just wanted to fit in with like the rest of my cousins and that sort of thing, so.
And Kerry?
I feel a bit bad, really, because while the kids were away, I probably should have got in touch, but that was my lazy side, I think.
Yeah.
I stuck to the food plan. I've still kept up some form of exercise, whereas before I just wouldn't have even bothered.
Will the family's time apart have had an effect on their weight loss and undone their hard work?
So we're ready to do the final weigh-in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's only one way to find out.
Step on the scales and let's see where they are, and that'll give us a true, honest answer on whether they did stick to the food or not.
I'm feeling quite worried about the final weigh-in because I don't know if I'm going to have lost weight or gained weight, so I'm quite scared about it, really.
But Cleo will have to bide her time, because first on the scales
So you're up first.
is Mum Kerry.
So 6 weeks ago today, we first done the weigh.
Yeah.
And you weighed 15 stone and 5 pounds.
Okay.
So ready for the final one?
Okay.
Let's hop on. So today, we are still 15 stone, 5 pounds. How are you feeling about that?
That's really weird. I don't know quite how to explain that, really.
With hindsight, it's dawning on Kerry what went wrong.
While the children were gone, I think I should have touched base with Tash. I just didn't want to come on my own, I suppose. I need Cleo as my buddy, if you like, to come and just keep me strong and keep me consistently going.
Right, Cleo, you're up next.
6 weeks ago, Cleo weighed over 23 stone, having lived on a diet of frozen and processed foods. But 3 weeks in, thanks to a switch to Kerry's fresh and home-cooked meals and a strict exercise regime, Cleo had lost 6 pounds. Now, will her 2-week holiday without mum in tow have had an impact?
So week 1, Cleo, you were 23 stone and a pound, and you've weighed in today 23 stone and a pound.
At the end of the 6-week plan, Cleo's lost no weight.
I think it was definitely achievable and realistic to at least lose a couple of pounds, get you under 23 stone.
I kind of thought that the 2 weeks that I've been away would kind of affect it.
But I just hope that you have learned from it. Yes, you can have a couple of days off or you can have a bad day with food, but you've got to get right back on it. I think them last 2 weeks that you missed were pretty crucial. If you're not getting in and doing the gym and then alongside not eating the right types of food, then, you know, you're gonna end up still at that same weight, and it was just really disappointing.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't stick to the diet as much as I should. I actually did kind of feel like, oh, balls, I shouldn't have really eaten that.
But despite their lapses, the family have embraced the new lifestyle.
I think that now we've been educated to the healthy eating lifestyle, I don't think there's any point in going backwards.
And now that mum and daughter are back together, they might just have a fighting chance.
I think we've got to carry on with it and be sensible. Like, you know, just, it's all well and good having a treat now and again, but just, I don't want to go back to our old ways. I just feel a bit different in myself. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like, yeah.
I definitely do feel better about myself, yeah. The motivation is definitely still there for me to lose weight, because I still want to reach my goal to fit into a nice, like, designer tracksuit. So there's no point just giving up now after 6 weeks. You might as well just keep going and going. I always wanted to try and lose weight, but I didn't know where to start. So the education definitely done us as a family good, because that was the push that we needed to start our healthy lifestyle.
And Cleo's still keeping her dream of fitting into a 2XL tracksuit alive.
Thanks for meeting me today, Tash.
So just a few days later, and Cleo's back at the gym to have her measurements taken with Tasha.
Cleo's tracksuit has arrived. I don't know. I hope it's going to fit her. She's put such a lot of emphasis on, I've got to get into it.
I feel like I've lost it a few inches, so I was just wondering if you could just measure just to make sure.
She'll need to have lost at least an inch all round if the tracksuit's to fit.
She was a 3 or 4XL, so she's ordered a double XL. So although her weight stayed the same, if it fits, it's going to give her the inspiration, if you like, to carry on.
Ah, that's good. So we're just 58, well done. Sometimes the scales don't always reflect what you're putting in terms of the work.
I went to try on my new tracksuit to make sure it fits, and it does, so I'm really happy because I've always wanted this and it looks lovely. I can't tell you how happy I am. It's so soft and it's just so nice and so cosy. I don't even want to take the label off it, really. So yeah, I'm over the moon that it fits, and I'm just so happy.
Cleo may have got into a tracksuit, but she's not stopping there.
My next goal would be to get the next size down and then the next size down, and just keep setting goals like that for myself.
For me, I want to be buying a large next Christmas.
We're genuinely sticking to the plan. 1 to 2 pounds averagely a week. Is everything okay?
And Kerry has been convenience food for good.
Throwing sausage and mash with broccoli and carrots. Buddy?
And the greener grub has given Cleo...
I think it's made exercise for me a lot easier. Like, it's good because feeling more confident because of a nice new tracksuit and that sort of thing, so...
There's more INTL